Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel, and by the video title you know what this video is about. A lot of big time trade news for the Steelers. The Steelers went out there and made some big moves. We was kind of speculating and wondering who they trade for, receiver, if they do trade for one, and then they also added some more depth on defense as well. I'm gonna break down that basically in this video right now. I made some videos earlier today, of course, on Steelers Syndicate channel. You can go over there, subscribe as well. I always do like a lot of Steelers videos over there, follow the news. That channel is more, this channel right here is more the variety. I try to do the full thing, try to do the NFL in entirety and NBA in its entirety, and my favorite teams, the Heat and the Steelers here and there as well. But on that channel, Steelers Syndicate, it's straight Steelers stuff. So I'll be having like the stuff with the injury reports, all the things, the news and everything that happened like that. All the stuff be kind of on there like daily and stuff, so you can go check that out. But I want to discuss, of course, Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan going out there and handling business. My favorite Khan, my second favorite Khan is probably Tony Khan. He does a good job with the show. My first favorite Khan is Mr. Omar Khan. Mr. Omar Khan handling business. We kind of had a feeling he was going to make a trade for a receiver, and bring a guy in. And Mike Williams was the name circulating around. Then Adam Thielen became a name that merged around, and then DK Metcalf name came back in the mix as well. We've seen Devontae Adams, remember at first, his name was in the mix a while back, Hopkins, all those different guys, where the Steelers finally made their decision, trade a 5th round pick for Mike Williams, and we kind of had it around that range. It'd either be a 5th or a 6th round pick for him. Most of the time, you're not going to find too many great superstar players in that 5th round, but you'll take like the low risk, high reward thing for Mike Williams. Mike Williams is a big target. He'll fit this offense perfectly because the Steelers like to play, run first and use the run instead of the pass with the play action. And, having a guy like George Pickens who can get down the field, make plays, and a guy like Mike Williams who can get down the field, make plays as well. And having size, more size added finally to the receiver core room. As you guys know, Calvin Austin played better the past few games that he played against the Jets, against the Giants. And we also seen Van Jefferson play a little better as well. But it's still very consistent throughout the whole entirety. And we want to kind of make a big time run, a big time push this season. We got some tough matchups coming up. We're playing against a lot of teams like the Ravens twice, and then we also got the Bengals as well twice, and then we have the Eagles, the Chiefs, Commanders as well. A lot of teams that are gonna be in the playoffs probably. So we play against those teams and those individuals, so you need to come prepared. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Like I mentioned on the Steelers Syndicate channel yesterday, I was talking about the receivers that we could trade for. Rather be safe than sorry. Add more depth now, so in the long run, you have those guys there, and we'll see how things kind of mixed up and mashed up a little bit. So that right there was a nice get for the Steelers, trading, get Mike Williams, bringing him to the Steelers. Now you got George Pickens, you got Pat Freiermuth, you got Mike Williams, who can probably be a reliable person as well to go to, and you have Darnell Washington becoming a little reliable person as well in that offense. With Najee Harris, with Jalen Warren, you have all these individuals, the O-line. It's still not playing the best because it's still missing those key pieces like James Daniels, of course, Furtado, those guys are out for the season, but it's still playing very well enough and good enough to get the job done and be able to rush for 300 straight 100-yard rushing games from Najee and from a team standpoint in general. And then you get Zach Frazier. He's coming back too as well. He's been practicing, getting ready and prepared to come back. You got him added back to the roster with all these different guys. The offense is looking nice. The offense, I believe the offense is averaging 23 points, if I'm not mistaken. 23 points right out of range. I think it's on the dial. 23 points. So doing a good job with that. We can get increased probably about a lot too as well, since Mike Williams is added to the team. He's a good receiver. We know the injury history he had. We know with the Jets, some mishaps that he had right there, but new scenery always help everybody out. We see Russell Wilson, how he's shining over here and doing his thing, and many other individuals around the league. Smith left the Jets and got better. Now he with the Seahawks starting quarterback, Sam Darnold with the Jets, with the Panthers, and go too well. Now with the Vikings, he's shining as well. So sometimes you need new scenery and get yourself back on track. And then another trade that happened that I did not think was going to happen. I thought we was just trade for a receiver. I think they add more depth at the edge position because I know we have some injuries there and we kind of have a lack of depth at the edge. But you got TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. You just roll with those guys and we'll see what happens. And Herbig come back. But now you add another guy in Preston Smith. Preston Smith been in the league, I think since 2015. He's been in the league since 2015. Played for the Commanders. I think he was on the Packers for the past 6 years. I think he had those 68.5 sacks. Had 2.5 sacks this year so far. Had 8 sacks last year. A veteran edge rusher on the edge who can go out there and be a relentless force for you and create pressure as well. So having that guy in rotation is going to help out a lot. The defense has been kind of like building up very well, and that's one thing Mr. Omar Khan has done. Mr. Kevin Colbert did not do that. He kind of did the Now his overall career, of course, he's amazing. You know, he's amazing overall career of drafting people. But his last like few years, I feel like the last few years that he didn't go out there and get any guys to free agency, the tiny receivers for Big Ben to have. You know, the running back room as well in free agency. The O-line started declining too as well. Cornerbacks, you know, the secondary was struggling as well, and he never really addressed that fully. He drafted Kenny Pickett with the first pick, which was all right. We were like, okay, I guess we can take that too as well. Some people say that might have been too high. Maybe could have waited the second round or third round to get him. Let's see what happens. He drafted him early on. I'm still surprised that he was able to draft, even though he was retiring that year, he was still able to draft the team, which was still crazy. But then when Mr. Omar Khan took over, he kind of addressed everything directly. He's like, see, I'm not going to just keep hoping something fall to us like that. So I'm going to address everything directly. The first draft, he added pieces to O-line. And then the following year draft, added pieces to O-line. You know, we said we need cornerbacks. The first draft we do, get JPJ. And then he got Corey Trice later in that draft. And then he added a piece in Dante Jackson this offseason. We need some more safety depth. We add Deshaun Elliott, bring DeMonte KZ back, added different pieces. Got Benny Bishop, undrafted free agent as well. Added different individuals around. Got Sutton. As you guys know, Sutton, he shouldn't be on the team because the stuff he did. I know people get second chance and stuff, but some of the stuff is a little crazy too as well. I'm surprised the Steelers signed him back. 8-game suspension, but he is on the team. You know, he's coming back. He's a good depth piece to have as well. So we'll see how things pan out. Hopefully he don't curse our season. We'll see how things pan out for him. But he added the different pieces and different individuals to add to the team. Instead of just waiting around and saying, I'm not going to address it, he addressed the issues. Middle linebacker spot. The injury we had and the different switching of depth we had, and that middle linebacker spot. Remember we had Kawhi Alexander last year with Cole Holcomb and all those different guys. Injuries happened. This year you got Peyton Wilson, you got Patrick Queen, you got Landon Roberts still this year as well. Added all those pieces in the middle, so it created a lot more depth. So he went out there and addressed a lot of different needs we needed. And this year we need a receiver. George Pickens was the guy, but we traded Denzel Johnson away for Dante Jackson to help our secondary. And then, you know, we was kind of wondering the Steelers going to do maybe in free agency. Maybe they'll wait. They did interview Mike Williams in free agency. But Mike Williams ultimately decided to go with the Jets and went with the Jets like that. And then now the Steelers getting Mike Williams, finally getting him over here via trade like that. He's probably happy too. He come back over here too. He's like, okay, thank you, because the Jets were kind of pushing him to the side. You know, they had Devontae Adams, they got Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson as well, all different individuals. So he kind of became like a fourth, maybe fifth option and sometimes as well. So having him over here with the Steelers, he probably be in the receiving room. He probably be a second option most likely. He's the second best receiver on our team now. So we'll see how things kind of pan out with him. But Omar Khan been doing a good job in addressing everything the past few years as the GM. Instead of just waiting around to see things fall in place, he went out there and addressed everything, being aggressive in free agency, adding the pieces as necessary, and just getting the team ready. Justin Fields trade, bring him in, bring Russell Wilson in as well, and both of those guys to help the team out. Justin Fields started out 4-2. Russell Wilson is 2-0 right now. Team sitting at 6-2. You got a tough stretch of 9 games. If you can go at least 6-3 over that stretch, you'll be 12-5. You win the division, most likely with 12 wins. Or if you can go better, that'd be great as well. And if you go worst case scenario, 5-4 over that stretch, you're still good. That's why it's important in the first half of your season to win all those games. We won 6 games, so that's good. So it helps us in the long run. So I think the Steelers could probably definitely go 6-3 or better over the next stretch of games. You got the Bengals twice, you got the Browns twice, the Ravens, like I mentioned too as well, Commanders, Chiefs, and then you got the Eagles. All those games are winnable. You also lose those games too, but all those games, I don't see like anybody just like polarizing figure where like the Steelers get dominated by. Now, last year team, I would have said, I don't know. But this year team, you see the team kind of getting together. The defense is Super Bowl caliber defense. The offense is yet to be seen because the first half of games, they seem to kind of start slow and then they get into the groove later and later in the game. And when you play against the better teams in the league, it's kind of hard to do that sometimes. So hopefully the Steelers offense kind of can kick things going right off the bat. Because last game they could have really had about like 40 points. He left a lot of points on the board. Penalties is one thing. You know, mishaps that happened too. Pickens had tapped both of the same foot down twice and it was incomplete. Now sometimes you'll think like, okay, so you can put a shin down like Garrett Wilson did, or you put a forearm down or a butt down. It's 2 feet, but you can't use the same foot twice for 2 feet. You know, the NFL rules are all different all around and stuff, of course. But that happened. Kevin Austin was open on one play, a mishap happened. Russell Wilson saw him late, took the ball to him, and the ball got tipped in the air. So like a lot of things happened like that could have probably led us to getting more points. So we just gotta make sure we manage our red zone efficiency and just stay like locked in and focused. And you do that, you're gonna see yourself winning a lot of games. But that's all I have for today's video. I like the trades. Us bringing in Preston Smith, us bringing in, of course, Mike Williams as well to help our roster, both our roster up for this tough stretch, added more depth, add more pieces to get ready for war, get ready for battle. We play Commanders this Sunday, which will be very good. I'm gonna have, of course, the before game day video coming out on Saturday, and I'm also have some Trying to see what else. Trying to see, it's another video I'll be doing too. Game picks. Yeah, game picks coming out on Thursday as well, so be on the lookout for that. That's all I have for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.